Hey, want to turn nuts and bolts into something you can show off? Well, today I'm going to make a chess set out of these nuts and bolts. Welcome to Dim Tips, the channel for advice, tips and tricks to revive and repair products, all in the aid to prove that anyone can construct and build useful items. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon to get weekly videos. Well, let's get into it. First step is to arrange these into a logical order. I use the bolts as the heads of these chess pieces, the nuts are used for the base, and the washers for stability. Now that everything is arranged, let's add the nuts to the bolts and screw them in place. Then let's place them on top of the washers because it looks nice. The pawns are actually quite simple. They are just constructed with the bolts, nuts and washer. The knight is a little bit more complicated. It's still easy enough to construct, but you'll need a set of 2 pliers. I'm using an adjustable wrench for that extra leverage and a pair of pliers. Hold the top of the neck of the bolt with one of them. Use the other plier or wrench to lever in the opposite direction. It may take a few times, but you will get there eventually. After you've done the neck, the next piece to adjust is the torso. Hold the middle of the bolt and lever in the opposite direction now. This will give you a nice angle. Once you've done this, it should now sit fairly square and not topple over. For the rook, the castle, I needed to remove the top of the bolt, the screw head. To do this, you can use a number of methods. Either use a hacksaw, a file or a grinder. I ended up using a grinder. You can see the disadvantage of this is that it burns the plating due to the heat, but I like the discoloration. File through the rough edges just so that you get a nice finish, and then finally place the nut on top and screw it in place. king is similar to the Rook or castle, so remember to remove the bulkhead. The queen is very similar to pawns, so actually it's quite simple, nothing more to do there. The bishop requires a collar, and I use the washer, which is attached to the bulkhead. To do this, place the bolt upside down and add the washer. I found a helping hand very useful, and it did assist me here. Rather than burning my own fingers, I added some flux, turned up the heat on the soldering iron, and then just joined the two together. Washers were added to support the base of each piece so they don't topple over. Now let's join the washers to the base unit. Use the helping hand to support the pieces upside down. The soldering of the nut to the washer takes a little bit of time, but does really offer that extra support. My solders weren't the cleanest, so once the pieces are cooled down, I just sanded the base with 250 grit. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Repeat the step for each of the pieces, and then you should have everything in place. Now that each piece is soldered and has a nice base, it's time to paint. I've decided to paint one of these black. To do this, I just place everything into a tray and spray paint it with just some black paint. I was thinking about priming it afterwards, but I decided I like the look. I haven't yet decided on the other colour. However, please leave a comment below on what colour I should go for. I do like it pretty plain, but feel free, thinking of either white, can be pink, can be yellow, any choice. So please leave a comment below, even maybe a multicolour two-tone. Now that everything's painted, let's arrange them in the corresponding sections. In my next video, I'll be making a chessboard, so remember to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications for weekly content and tips, tricks on how to revive, repair products, all in the aim to prove that anyone can build and construct useful items and they can admire them. For the soldering iron I used, feel free to check out my previous video on unboxing it and actually opening it up, and check out my other projects just here. And again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.